Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Lagina brothers return tonight to uncover the treasure. The waiting is finally over. The Curse of Oak Island Season 8 is returning to our screens tonight with a 2-hour premiere. The Oak Island team has already promised us that this will be the biggest series yet. They'll be introducing newer and fancier technologies to the island, all in the hope of uncovering magnificent treasures beyond our imagination. However, just like everyone else in the world, the team's 2020 plans were thrown into disarray by the arrival of COVID-19. In an exclusive clip obtained by Monsters and Critics, we saw the whole Fellowship of the Dig getting together on a Zoom call to discuss the situation, and while their plans were forced to change, it seems that the lockdown period was not wasted. In the clip given to MNC, Doug Crowell explained how he found himself on Oak Island just as the coronavirus pandemic spread to North America. He was preparing for the new April drill program when he learned he would have to isolate for 4 months. Coronavirus didn't slow Oak Island team for long, thankfully. Doug didn't waste the time in lockdown. He spent his days going through Dan Henskey's and Fred Nolan's notes, and he found 2 historic surveys that need further investigation. One survey indicates a possible tunnel leading to no less than the Money Pit. The other survey points to the presence of non-ferrous metals, which can include gold. Wow, the guys clearly have a lot of work to catch up on. Thankfully, all the old team is back, and they are raring to go. In addition to the Laginas, there's Gary Drayton, Dan Henskey, Steve Guptill, archaeologist Laird Niven, Doug Crowell, Oak Island Tours project manager Scott Barlow, Paul Troutman, Billy Gerhardt, Oak Island historian Charles Barkhouse, geoscientist Dr. Ian Spooner, and geologist Terry Matheson, plus many of the old experts. Blacksmithing expert Carmen Legg will be getting a lot more work this season as Gary Drayton has a fancy brand new metal detector that can find metals at a much deeper level than the older equipment. According to the network, Gary and Jack Beckley already have an axe for Carmen to examine. Oak Island's Gary Drayton is taking to Twitter. Speaking of Gary Drayton, everyone's favorite metal detector, that is good news for those of you on Twitter as the man himself would be taking over the Curse of Oak Island Twitter feed tonight to live tweet his thoughts as the show airs. You can take a sneak peek at the season preview below. In yet more exciting news, History has also announced that they will be airing a spin-off show called Beyond Oak Island from next week. This 10-part series will feature the Lagina brothers taking their treasure hunting experience on the road as they investigate other legends of buried treasure around the world. Under the ominous canopy of storm clouds, the Lagina brothers stood on the cusp of a revelation. Tonight, they would delve once more into the enigmatic depths of Oak Island, an island shrouded in mystery and legends of buried treasure. For years, Rick and Marty Lagina had dedicated their lives to uncovering the secrets of this land, but tonight felt different. There was a sense of urgency in the air, an electric charge that whispered promises of imminent discovery. The island itself was a ghostly silhouette against the darkening sky, its ancient trees swaying in the wind as if they too anticipated what was to come. The brothers' team, a motley crew of seasoned treasure hunters and historians, moved with practiced efficiency, setting up equipment and preparing for the night's excavation. Floodlights cast an eerie glow over the dig site, illuminating the towering crane poised to lower them into the depths of the infamous Money Pit. Rick, the older of the two, stood by the edge of the pit, his eyes scanning the horizon. He had always been the dreamer, the one driven by a deep-seated belief in the legend of Oak Island's treasure. Marty, the pragmatist, approached with a tablet in hand, his eyes reflecting the same mix of excitement and skepticism that had guided him through countless excavations. "Everything's set," Marty said, his voice steady but tinged with anticipation. "We've checked and rechecked the equipment. Tonight we go deeper than we've ever gone before." Rick nodded, his gaze shifting to the towering crane. "This is it, Marty. I can feel it. We're so close." As the final preparations were made, the team gathered around for a moment of silence, each member lost in their thoughts. For some, this was another chapter in a lifelong quest, for others it was a thrilling adventure into the unknown. But for Rick and Marty, it was the culmination of years of dedication, sacrifice, and unyielding belief. The crane roared to life, its mechanical arm extending over the pit as the brothers donned their harnesses and helmets. With a final nod to each other, they stepped into the harnesses, their hearts pounding in unison. The descent began, the ground slowly rising above them as they were lowered into the dark, yawning maw of the money pit. The walls of the shaft were slick with moisture, the air growing colder and more oppressive with each foot they descended. The hum of the crane above was soon replaced by the eerie silence of the underground, broken only by the occasional drip of water echoing through the darkness. Rick held his breath, the weight of history pressing down on him as they neared their destination. At the bottom of the shaft, the brothers unclipped from the harnesses and switched on their headlamps, the beams cutting through the gloom to reveal a narrow tunnel extending into the darkness. This was new, a passageway that had eluded previous explorers. Their hearts raced as they stepped forward, each footfall a testament to their relentless pursuit. The tunnel was treacherous, the ground uneven, and the walls crumbling in places. The brothers pressed on, driven by a shared determination that had seen them through countless obstacles. As they rounded a bend, the beam of Rick's headlamp caught a glint of something metallic embedded in the wall. "Look at this, Marty," Rick whispered, his voice trembling with excitement. He scraped away the dirt and grime, revealing a rusted but intricately designed lock. Marty joined him, their combined efforts soon uncovering a heavy wooden door, reinforced with iron bands. "This has to be it," Marty said, his voice barely more than a whisper. The entrance to a hidden chamber. With bated breath, they worked to unlock the door, their minds racing with thoughts of what lay beyond. The lock finally gave way with a loud click, and together they heaved the door open, revealing a narrow staircase descending further into the earth. The air grew colder still as they descended, the weight of centuries pressing down on them with each step. At the bottom of the staircase, they found themselves in a vast underground chamber, the walls lined with shelves upon shelves of dusty, ancient tomes and artifacts. In the center of the room stood a stone pedestal, upon which rested an ornate chest. Rick approached the chest with reverence, his hands trembling as he reached out to touch it. The lid was heavy, but with Marty's help, they lifted it, revealing its contents. Inside, nestled among layers of decaying cloth, were gold coins, jeweled relics, and a collection of ancient manuscripts. "This is it," Rick breathed, tears of joy welling in his eyes. "We've found it." Marty's eyes shone with triumph as he surveyed the treasure. Years of hard work, and it's finally paid off. As they carefully cataloged the contents of the chest, the brothers knew that this was only the beginning. The treasure of Oak Island was not just a collection of valuable artifacts. It was a testament to the enduring human spirit, the unyielding drive to seek out the unknown and uncover the truths buried by time. The Lagina brothers' return to Oak Island had yielded the discovery of a lifetime, but more than that, it had reaffirmed their belief in the power of perseverance and the thrill of the hunt. As they emerged from the depths of the money pit, the first rays of dawn breaking over the horizon, they knew that their journey was far from over. There were more secrets to uncover, more mysteries to solve, and with each new day, the promise of discovery would continue to beckon them back to the island that had captured their hearts and imaginations. Tonight, they had uncovered the treasure, but tomorrow held the promise of even greater adventures. The legend of Oak Island would live on, and the Lagina brothers would be there to unravel its mysteries, one piece at a time.